If you've not been in a relationship for a long time, it's more difficult. It puts you in a vulnerable position. And it's very easy to be sucked into a relationship with a charismatic narcissist. The problem is narcissists have a lot of different games they like to play. And one of the games they play is using love bombing. You remember from another video that I made, I talked about love bombing and how basically it means they overdo everything. They just gush, and then many times they'll end up ghosting you or leaving you or just continuing until you really don't know what truth is anymore. And the most important thing to avoid an abusive relationship is being able to maintain your sense of trust in yourself and in your values and in your thoughts. And this is exactly where a narcissist using love bombing is going to go. I'm going to give you some signs and symptoms because I think a lot of people don't know. They see two sides, and if you want to love someone and someone is giving you a lot of attention, it's really hard to back away from that. So let's just go through a few of the signs. This may help you as you're dating, especially online, because I think online is where the attachment is being formed a lot. And then when they meet them in person, you're already head over heels with the person. Okay, so the first thing is they act like they're a hero for you in any bad position you're in. So they'll come in, they're big rescuers, and they're going to make everything all right. They make a point of doing it, so not only you will see it, but other people will too. That's one of their famous tactics. Do it in public. Next, at times it seems like you're going to they try to get you to acknowledge that they're better than anybody else. That better than is a whole idea of they have a super ego, like it just needs constant stroking. And it almost makes them look very vulnerable and their self-esteem is low, and that probably is, but the truth is they're playing a game and they're narcissists, and so it's going to turn into an abusive turn for you, and as this goes on you'll see how it happens. Next, they make a lot of probing questions about the uglier side of your life. It's like they're trying already to hook into you and then bring you in to all the bad sides so you can start reflecting and feeling badly about yourself. The problem with this, in a normal relationship, people will have a time when they do share the vulnerable or the uglier parts of their life or regrets, but that isn't right away. With these people, it's very soon into the relationship, but they warp your thinking into telling you, well, we're just so in, we're so in mesh, we're so in line. That's why we feel so comfortable with each other. Don't buy it. Others warn you about them and say, you know what, something just doesn't add up here. I don't trust this person. There's something going on, something fishy. You have a tendency to dismiss that and to say, oh, you're just jealous or whatever. I would advise you not to really hear these people out when they tell you this information. They seem to backpedal a lot or avoid what they said in the past or lie. They don't, basically, if you catch them in a lie, you can never really pin them down because they'll create a whole nother lie to cover up that lie. And this is the part that many of my clients who have been in relationships like this end up telling me, I am so confused and I don't trust myself. It's this one that gets them the most because some of these narcissists do this all the time. As soon as they have their hooks in, they start this tactic. They shower you with gifts. Now, I've seen some of the relationships where it's really gifts like flowers, like jewelry, like purses. And then I've seen others that do these little things but they make a sense of bragging about them. Like they make you breakfast, and then not only is it breakfast, it's over the moon breakfast. It's the most amazing breakfast. And they make sure they'll be hurt if you don't tell everybody about the amazing thing they did for you. So That is not normal. That is not a good relationship. Be aware of that. They keep reminding you how good they are, how good they treat you. And even though by then you're already seeing some of the hurtful sides, they keep sending you that message. And let's face it, if someone keeps telling you that, there is a part of you that will begin believing it. This is true in psychology, human nature, and across all the boards that I actually read and am part of. The affection they give you, it seems fake. It seems ungenuine, like it's not real. It's almost obsequious. There's something unnatural about it. That's a big sign. Like when they hug you, it's weird. The look, it doesn't match the look on their face, or doesn't feel like a real hug is supposed to feel. They treat everybody else horribly. Like they take advantage of the workers, they exploit people, and they'll say something like, well, I'm a good businessman, or I'm a good businesswoman. I worked hard for a living. I never got a silver spoon. I wasn't born with that. My parents taught me to work. And somehow they use that to rationalize it. And that can seem normal. There's a lot of people that will do that. But when it's excessive and they use that as an excuse for hurting others, you don't want to be with this person, because you're going to be the person that they hurt. They're just biding their time if they haven't done it yet. And I think lastly, in your gut, you know something doesn't feel right. If something doesn't feel right, before your judgment gets so skewed, I'm really encouraging you to talk to someone, to reach out to someone, a mental health care professional, a really good friend, a pastor, someone who you know will have your best interests at heart. I hope this helps you going forward.